Hi guys and welcome back. Just a quick video to tell you about Booleans. A Boolean is a value that can be either true or false. And we can use that to make decisions. For example, using Boolean logic, we can tell whether a user's age is over 18, or whether the user's character in a game has pressed the up arrow. Things like that are what we need Booleans for, and they are everywhere in Python and in programming. Let's learn more about them. Booleans are created by using comparisons. So you can compare two things together to calculate whether two things are the same or different. For example, if you print 5 = 5, this is a Boolean comparison. 5 = 5. Notice that a single equal sign is used to assign a value to a variable, but two equal signs one after another are used to compare two things. And what we're comparing here is 5, and we're going to check whether it is exactly equal to 5. So these two numbers here are being compared, and we're going to get true if they are exactly equal, and we're going to get false if they are in any way different. So if I run this here, you'll see that we get true out. As well as equal, you can use the typical maths operators such as greater than to calculate whether a number is greater than another number. And there you get false. As a special case, you've also got !equal, which is used to tell whether two things are different. So what this reads as is 10 different from 10? So again, you'll get true if they are different, and you'll get false if they are not different. So here we should get false, because they are not different. Other comparisons that are available, as well as equal, not equal, and greater than, are less than, and greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. And this is how you write them in Python. So you can check whether something is less than one thing, whether it's greater than or equal to something else, or whether it's less than or equal to something else. I'll say at this point that you can use these operations not only on numbers, but on any other value, including lists and tuples and strings and whatnot, but they can behave differently depending on what type of data you use them on. We're going to learn more and get more acquainted with how they behave in different scenarios as we go along, with better examples, of course. So these are the comparisons, and as well as comparisons, you've also got a few Python keywords that you can use to calculate Booleans. One of the more confusing keywords in Python when you're talking about Booleans is the is keyword. So here we've got two lists, friends and abroad, and they have the exact same elements inside them. You can print whether friends = abroad, and when you run this code, you get back true, because the equal sign, when you're talking about two different lists, compares whether the elements inside them are the same. And here, because you're comparing two strings, then Python can detect that these two lists are actually the same. However, a lot of new Python developers will try to do friends is abroad, which is something you can do in Python, but you won't get what you expect because you get false. That is because when you create a new list, Python goes and creates some space in its memory for this new list. The elements can be stored somewhere else, but the list itself has its own area in memory. Then when you create another list, it goes and creates another area in memory for this other list. The elements inside the list were created separately, and they could be the same between both lists, but the lists themselves are different. And that is what the is keyword checks in Python. It checks whether two elements are exactly the same thing, not whether they have the same elements inside them or whether they are similar. So again, the is keyword is to compare whether two elements are the same thing. So if you do friends is friends, for example, you're going to get true. If you say abroad = friends up here, and then you check whether friends is abroad, you're also going to get true, because you haven't created two lists. You've just pointed the two variables to the same list. And that, again, is what the is keyword is for. I recommend you almost never use it. You're almost always going to want to use the == sign. Alright, that's it for comparisons and this brief introduction to Booleans. Let's learn more in the next video. I'll see you there.